All right, it is time now once again for the Dawn and Eli Take on the World podcast. My name is Elias Mellis, but you can call me Eli for short. And I'll make it very simple this week. Who's this amazing lady to my right? Who are you?
Hello, everybody. I am Dawn Ledgerwood, and I am Eli's girlfriend.
That's right. You're also Dawn Ledgerwood, and you're all good in the hood, and it rhymes, right?
Oh, yeah, all good in the hood.
All good in the hood. And we're not going to say what comes after that because we're just not going to.
Nope.
You know what, right? Whatever.
It's funny because we have a new baseball player, and his last name is Wood. And whenever they say it, it's like I look up because you call me Wood all the time.
That's right. Ledger Wood. Wood for short. All right. Let's get right to it. Welcome back to another episode of the Dawn and Eli Take on the World podcast. This is episode number 57 today. And the topic is the immediate future of the GNA. One more time, episode number 57 of the Dawn and Eli Take on the World podcast is titled The Immediate Future of the GNA. Now, Dawn, today we're talking about something that's happening right now, not next year, okay? Not someday, but the immediate future of the GNA, because a lot of people are watching, a lot of people are speculating, and a lot of people think they know what's coming next. But there's a big difference between what people think is happening and what's actually happening.
Yes.
Because the next 30, 60, 90 days, they matter more than people realize. This is where positioning happens. This is where control is either built or lost. So today, this isn't about long-term vision. This isn't about the immediate future. Sorry, this is about the immediate future. I screwed that up. What's changing? What's not? And what people are getting completely wrong. So let me do that one more time because I butchered my own intro that I wrote. This isn't about long-term vision. This is about the immediate future. What's changing, what's not, and what people are getting completely wrong. But, babe, as always, before we get to all of this, even though I butchered the intro there, how's the past week been for you here at the GNA, which is short for Genuine Networking Association?
You know, it's been a great week. Lots going on, but, it's all just same old, and but lots of good stuff. And as far as my week and Eli's, just another great week. Nice, relaxing week. I did get an unfortunate phone call from my friend about her puppy having to put their puppy down. Well, their full dog.
Right. Their dog was what, 14
years old and had cancer.
That's a good life.
Oh yeah, but it was very sad for them, and
right.
So having to be there, which is what we do at the GNA, is we are there for people in their sadness, in their happiness, in every aspect of their life.
Right.
So yeah, but other than that, like I say, every day is a great day, and I count my blessings all the time. Yeah, my condolences to your friend's dog. And, our dogs are getting up there. Bochi's 10, like 10 and a half, heading towards 11. Buster is 9, heading towards 10, right? Yeah.
So, we've got a good, 3-4 years, and we're going to cherish those years and enjoy those years because, we know how much our pets mean to us, and we also understand how much your pets mean to you.
Yeah.
So
pets are just valuable in everybody's lives.
Right. Anything else you want to mention, babe, or has it been just that simple of a week?
It's been that simple of a week. I mean, I did have a video appointment this week, and that went great. I spoke with my mother, just all the basic things that I do throughout the week, and, just the stuff in the house, the little daily things that I do. So, yeah, it's been a great week.
Excellent. Yeah, it's been a very good week. I will say it's been a very interesting week. I've been doing a lot of soul searching personally, even though, my lovely lady Dawn here is the vice president and director of operations at the GNA. Um, you know, um, as the president and founder, I have to ensure that the vision is being properly represented. I'm not saying by her, I'm just saying by myself. And it starts with me. If I don't represent the vision properly, how can I expect Don or the rest of the executive team, such as Sandra and Tia and ODN, the other directors on the executive board, how can I expect them, to, get the vision right and make sure the vision is being put out there properly? So I did a lot of soul searching over the last week, more so the last couple of days. And I wanted to come out here on the podcast, and I'm probably going to mention, we record these podcasts typically on Sundays. We're recording this one on Sunday, April 19th, 2026. It'll be released throughout the entire podcast network on Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. But before this episode comes out, I may mention a little bit about this on some of the live streams that we do on YouTube. If you're listening to us audio only, click the link halfway down in the description section, wherever you're listening to this audio only, and that'll redirect you to our main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. Make sure you subscribe and you bang the bell and select all notifications, but then go within that description section of that podcast, couple lines down, you'll see the link to our secondary live streaming channel, GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development. And that's where, we go live. I go live regularly, multiple times a week, usually every day, if not almost every day. Lately, it's only been like 2 or 3 times a week because I've had a lot going on, and I'm hoping to get back on track with the live streams this week. But that's where we update the GNA community up to the minute. So make sure you subscribe there. I by the time this gets released, I will have probably already done some other streams to make our specific YouTube audience aware of this. But this is going out to the entire podcast network because we've been talking a lot about this court case that I've been involved with. We've been talking a lot about this YouTuber that I've sued, and I've been doing a lot of correcting the record streams, and I've been tackling things head on. And, I'm not going to say I regret doing it. A lot of it was necessary to correct the record because, he's been smearing my name, defaming my character, and it's been affecting our growth. But at this point right now, I'm beginning to see a shift. I'm beginning to see more and more people start to really see what we're trying to do here, and they're starting to the big dog and the little dog, they've been playing.
They've been very playful today.
They've been very playful, and the little dog is harassing the big dog
to play,
and the big dog is saying, no, not right now.
No,
I want to enjoy the pitcast. Pitcast. Bochi wants to enjoy the podcast. He calls it pitcast. And Buster is not letting him. So anyway, you may hear a few growls in the background, but it is what it is. But yeah, I've focused a lot of energy on it, and most, if not all of it, needed to be done. When somebody is publicly smearing your name, that's affecting your reputation, which in turn affects your growth, you have to tackle it head on. I'm at the point right now where I really don't feel like tackling it head on anymore. I really don't feel like responding to this guy that I'm suing on YouTube or correcting the record or anything like that. I think I've done it long enough. I think we've done it long enough, babe.
Yeah.
And I'm sick and tired of it. And I just want to focus on the positive vision here. Now, I'm not saying that we're not going to do any future updates, but we don't need to talk about everything the guy does every day. I will probably still update people on major court updates every now and then, but I just don't feel the need to invest any more energy into this. And it's not, okay, let me explain this. It's not even really about the time. It's about energy. And when you invest energy into something like this, after a while, it starts to really drain you emotionally. I'm talking about
mental. It's the
mental fatigue.
Yes, right? That's what it is.
Are you talking about mental fatigue?
Yes.
It is, but also for me, it stems beyond. Mental fatigue is happening, yes, and I'm managing it as best I can.
Yeah, your bandwidth is like at full capacity.
It's beyond. It's running beyond max.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's more emotional. It's more emotional, and this has caused me and continues to cause me an extreme amount of emotional distress. Even though it may not appear that way at times, I feel constantly emotionally distressed, and I don't show it. Now, the people that know me, that are close to me, like Dawn and Sandra and Tia, No DND executives, they know I'm constantly emotionally distressed. But most people don't see it because I try not to show it. I don't want to show it to everyone out there. All I want is, for all of this nonsense on YouTube regarding what this guy has done to stop. And that's why we're in court. And, I've realized that, focusing energy all day, every day, responding to his lies, responding to whatever he does that affects us, has become a moot point right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not even.
Nothing is changing right now.
Yeah. And it's not going to change till the court orders it to change. So, I've had enough and I'm done with it. Again, if something crazy happens, I will go live on YouTube and talk about it. That's just the way it goes. But what I'm saying is that if you have been consuming our content just for the court situation, some of you refer to it as courtroom drama. This is not courtroom drama. This is real. Now, the defendant makes it courtroom drama because he cares more about his audience and making donations, and he cares more about performing on YouTube than the actual case. But we're the opposite here. We care more about doing the right thing. We care about the court system. We care about the court case, and we care about you folks that don't really need to deal with this anymore. And many of you love the drama. This is the thing, babe. Mm-hmm. This is the problem. These people get invested into a story like this, and then once you try to shift gears to just rid the drama, next thing you know, poof, they all go away.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to participate anymore. And that right there is just disheartening. That's the sad part about, the modern digital world, social media, YouTube and all that. That's just the thing. When you stop what many of these people perceive it to be as drama content, which is not what our intention has been to create, they stop coming around. What we're out here in this show today to do is to say, hey, will you stick around if there's no drama? Or do you need drama to fuel your days? Okay. It's one thing to be emotionally invested into what's going on with us at the GNA and the court case and all of that. It's another thing to only come around whenever there's any type of drama or something like this happening. Okay. Will you stick around for the positive stuff? Will you help us spread positivity instead of supporting only drama?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about that, babe? Because I have 10 questions we're going to get to here regarding all this. And
that's a good point. That's a very good point that you bring up, because we have grown our community a little bit with talking about this case and the defendant. So I am curious to see if they will stick around, when we're not talking about him.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen it happen before when we've talked about things like this, and then when we go back to our regular content, what happens every time, babe? Mm-hmm. Every time.
Actually, we get more views because what's happening, I think, is if you're doing something non-related to the defendant, why are they going to restream you for no benefit? If you're just quote unquote doing a boring show, they're not going to get any benefit. So we usually get more numbers for people watching us.
Well, here's the thing. They're going to continue to restream us, one person or another within his group. There's one person right now doing it. He's going to do it even if I don't say a word about him or the defendant or anyone else in that ecosystem there. And that's the thing.
See, with that, those just might die out. You know what I'm saying? If they're not getting any money, they're not getting that much traction, they might just stop and start picking on somebody else.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but in that group of people, there's like 30 or 40 people, primarily, and I hate to say it, like desperate housewife type of women primarily donate to the defendant and other people in this ecosystem when they rebroadcast my content as it's happening live, known as a watch party. And so, they're not going to stop, and they're not going to stop making money until the people supporting them realize that it's just stupid and it's a waste of time and a waste of money.
Mm-hmm.
But, who am I to tell people how to spend their money?
Yeah.
That's the problem. The problem is the audience is paying for it, so they're going to keep doing it until the audience stops paying for it. Right? And even if the audience stops paying for it, they'll double, triple, quadruple down with more fake instigated drama, controversy, just to keep it going. And that's why we're in court. And that's the only way this is ever going to be resolved, is in court when you're dealing with people like this. But the people here at the GNA community, you don't deserve this. You don't deserve any of this. Go ahead.
No, you absolutely don't deserve the drama and all of that is involved. If you're here truly looking for what the GNA offers and you're getting all of this other garbage, why stick around when you can go somewhere else without the garbage? So we just want to take out the garbage and continue what we do.
Right.
In good faith to our community,
Absolutely. We are looking to move forward from the past and into the future.
Yes.
Okay. We're moving past things from the past.
The past over here.
And then the future.
Wait, I'm at the future.
You can't see the screen on here. All you're seeing is a green screen back there.
Yeah, but I'm pointing my hand.
Oh, you can see it, right?
Future.
There's the future, and there's the past right there.
Is right there.
Past into the future.
Yep.
Like a weatherman, that's how the weathermen do it.
Into the future. Or, wait, other way. Yes.
There you go. There you go.
I got it. Takes a minute. It's backwards,
Yeah, so I'm just going to put it out there that I'm not saying that there's never going to be any dramatic streams on our end here ever again. I'm not saying that we're never going to talk about this case again, but we really want to shift to focusing most of our energy away from this. And if our regular content is something that you're not interested in, we understand. But at the same time, we have to ask you, why would you be supporting us in the first place if you wouldn't support us with just our regular, personal development type of content? Is that too boring for you folks? Is it something that you don't want to help spread? You don't want to help make the world a better place? You don't want to be someone that's more about resolving conflicts than encouraging conflicts to last longer or more conflicts to happen just because you get entertained by them on YouTube, just like the Jerry Springer show used to be? No, go ahead, babe.
I had nothing to say.
I'm honestly sick of this shit. I really am.
I had nothing to say, honey. I was laughing at what you were saying.
Yeah, I'm really sick of it. I'm a 52-year-old grown-ass man. And listen, I act like a kid at times. Don't get me wrong. We all act like a kid at times. I don't do it all the time. But the most part, I've got a lot of responsibilities each and every day. Dawn knows it. She sees my routine every morning. I'm a very responsible person. And the bottom line is, it's like this childish stuff is old. I just really wish people would choose to move forward from it and truly support something that is really going to help people better their lives, better figure out what their purpose is, so that way you can accomplish whatever your heart's desire. That's the bottom line. That's the point of the GNA. We want to help motivate, inspire, and uplift you to accomplish your goals, dreams, and aspirations. How are you going to do that if what fuels you through your days the most is YouTube drama, fake instigated drama, or some creator attacking another creator, whether it's real or fake or a combination of both? And then it makes you folks feel good when a creator, trashes another creator and uses a lot of their content and rebroadcasts their streams. Then you pay that creator money just to stick it to the person, which is myself in this case. Like, think about that. What kind of a person does that make you? Do you think that these people, babe, even care to think about how it comes off when they support this kind of stuff?
No, they don't care at all. They have their own mind.
And their own issues.
Yeah. And, they make the decision to follow this individual. That's on them. And you're right. Desperate housewife syndrome. That's exactly what it is. These women are lonely. They're either married and unhappy, or they just don't have anybody in their life.
Right.
And it's just a sad situation. I mean, if I'm going to use my money, I'm going to invest it in going, at least if I'm looking to meet somebody or whatever, at least going out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit behind a screen to make friends, which is what these people do. And they actually think that these people are their friends. It's like, are you kidding me?
No. What's happening is they're all lacking self-love, lacking self-worth. Something's missing in their marriage or relationship, or they're single and lonely and they can't find someone. Like if you're single and you want someone in your life, you participating in these YouTube drama groups is not, oh boy, they're going at it again. Participating in these YouTube drama groups is not going to get you what you want. You got to focus on yourself. You got to focus on more positive things, because I'll tell you this, people don't want to be with unhappy, miserable people. Like, you're not going to attract someone being in a miserable state, which is where most of these drama creators and drama creator supporters are at. They're in that position where they're very miserable, and they all congregate together and they validate each other that their behavior is normal, and that us, the normal people, are the problem. They convince each other by validating each other that their behavior is normal and we're the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
That's just a funny thing. And honestly, they all believe that. They all believe that, including these creators, including the guy that I'm suing. They all believe that. They seriously believe it. They're not playing, which is why they're stuck in this endless loop and this endless rut. Plus, some creators, like the one that I'm in court with, my name to his audience is very profitable. So he continuously tries to find ways to keep my name there while minimizing his liability. And all he's doing is more so creating him liability exposure and actual liability by doing it. Yeah. It's just making the matters worse. Now, we are in court, and like I said, the wheels of justice turn slowly. So, in the meantime, he's going to keep doing it until the court stops him with an order.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter if we've been in this civil case for 8 months. He's going to keep doing it. But you folks have a choice. You folks have a choice. You can do better things, more productive things, more positive things with your time. We welcome you here. We invite you here. We're not necessarily saying, hey, if you're a part of that group over there that's been coming at us, to come to us. you can. We welcome anyone. We've already started to see people that used to be a part of that group now reach out to us, and they're nice to us, and they want to hang out with us. It's been
quite nice.
What's that?
Quite nice.
Quite nice. And we're not saying that, hey, we want to destroy that whole audience and have them come here. What we're saying is, give us a chance.
Yeah.
Give us a chance. Is the little dog harassing the big dog?
He's like right at his face. Yeah. Butter Brown, come here. Butter Brown. Butter.
Oh boy.
Sorry, guys. The dogs are just not being cooperative.
It's okay. It happens. That's life. Anyway, so Dawn, we have 10 questions.
Let's go.
That I'm going to ask you, then I'm going to share my thoughts. We're going to get through the first 5, and then we're going to have you take your break, and then go through the last 5.
All right.
Okay. So let's go ahead.
Drum roll, please.
I don't have a drum roll.
That's what he sounds like.
Yeah. That's a sound bite I need to get for my soundboard. That's a great idea, babe. Question number 1 is the foundation question. So, Dawn, do you think when people hear the immediate future of the GNA, they actually understand what that means, or are they thinking too far ahead? What are your thoughts on that?
I'm not sure what people are thinking right now. Can you maybe explain more about your question there, or broaden it a little bit for me?
Well, when I say immediate future, I'm talking about the next 30 to 90 days. Because that's where real positioning happens. Not long-term ideas, but actual execution, like the next 30 to 90 days.
Yes, we are ready. Yeah, I mean, if that's what you're saying, and we've got a good community with us that I think knows what's going on. So this immediate future, we're gaining support. I know we've gotten people from ODN, and we've gotten some from GLM. There's been other people from other channels coming over, which means they're getting tired of all that and they want to come over to positivity. They feel a switch or a flip inside of them when they watch us. And when we're not talking about the drama, people are really interested.
People are what?
Really interested.
You think they're really interested?
I do.
Some of them are, but a lot of them don't come back.
Well, that's going to be what we have to see now.
Right. What I'm going to be doing starting today, well, the day of the recording, which is April 19th, 2026. So by the time this reaches the date it's being released, April 22nd, 2026, on Wednesday, I may have already done a few of these shows. I'm going to start like the 90 Days of Positivity. Kind of like, the show 90 Day Fiancé.
Yeah.
We're going to do like 90 days to positivity, not of positivity. We're going to give people 90 days to get to a positive state.
Okay.
And we're not saying that we don't want 90 days of positivity. Of course, we would prefer to have 90 days of positivity from day one. But typically, it takes people 90 days to fully process and make a change.
Yeah. They say that about everything in life.
Right.
Everything.
Right. So, I'm going to be starting 90 days to positivity, primarily from my Walking with Purpose streams. Occasionally, I'll do an in-studio stream from the studio on the YouTube end of things. Again, if you want to be a part of that, you go below the description about halfway down. If you're listening to us audio only, on the audio only side of things, you can click that link. It'll redirect you to this particular podcast episode. That'll take you to our main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. Subscribe, bang the bell, and select the notifications. Then go below that description. A couple lines down, you'll see the link to GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development. That's where you're going to get the live streams that are going to be updating you with this, 90 days to positivity. So that's something that, I'm going to immediately start. By the time this gets released, I'll have done at least 1 or 2 episodes. And we're going to be talking about it every single week here at the podcast, and probably from here on out. Because honestly, babe, I'm sick and tired of the drama. I'm sick and tired of the things that certain content creators do to create harm online. And they figure out ways to do it where for the most part they stay under the radar, and the only way they get justice is to go to civil court like I've done. And so, that's that. Anything else you want to add to
no, question 2.
Question 1. Let's go to question number 2, current position. So, babe, Dawn, from your perspective, where do you think GNA stands right now in terms of how people see it? And be honest, because it's going to be mixed.
Yeah, I do. I think that there are some people out there that are not even taking the court case serious. And, I don't know if they think that I don't understand how they couldn't, because there's actually been court hearings. It's not just like, oh, we're talking about going to court. No, it's actually happening. And I think right now people are just waiting to see what happens, because that's when they're going to determine what they're going to do, whether they come and follow us or whether they just leave that other community altogether.
But do you think people like that have been invested in drama for the last 8+ years are going to all of a sudden, see the light?
No.
And come over to the bright side instead of staying on the dark side?
No, they have to want to come to the bright side. So it's not going to be an immediate switch from dark to light. So yeah, there's got to be motivation. There's got to not only be motivation, but you also have to feel some sort of accomplishment. Like when you set small goals, and once you finish one, you feel good about yourself. So you set another one. And then, even if it's as simple as getting through a 2-hour movie that you've stopped several times, or reading the whole book, of something. Right. Like those goals, and you feel really good about yourself. And that's how you go forward positively. When you're not in that state, when you're not ready, you could say, oh, I'm not going to go on there, or, oh, I'm not going to be invested. I'll just, catch up. No, they are like soap operas. You can not watch for a full year and watch one episode and completely catch up with the drama. So Are
you saying that drama is the same every day?
It has a general thing every day.
You're saying it has a general theme, is what you're saying?
Yes,
right?
But the circumstances around that are different. Yeah,
they try to make it interesting.
Yes,
but the whole point of it is still drama. Any way you look at it, it's the same concept.
Yes, yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah. Is that weren't you asking me if that's what I was saying?
Yes, but
and I said yeah.
I keep hearing the big dog. The little dog. The little dog has not stopped harassing.
Which is really weird, because usually he's on my lap the whole time. As soon as I sit down, he's on my lap. But he doesn't want to have anything to do with me. He just wants to play with his brother. Yeah.
Buster is 15 pounds. Bochi's 45 pounds. So the big dog, 3 times the size, is being harassed by the little dog, 1/3 the size. And Bochi would never hurt him. Bochi growls. He's saying, "Come on, dude."
Yeah, leave me
he's
alone.
doing it. Come on, dude. Leave me alone, man. Leave me alone.
It's just the older brother that has that little nagging brother that's like, let's play. You know,
Right.
And you're like, I'm tired.
I mean, Bochi could severely hurt him, but he would never do that. But the thing is, the little dog antagonizes him. Just antagonizes him all the time.
Yeah.
And Bochi's so nice, baby. You even told me, and I've seen it, when they both share from the same bowl, water bowl and food bowl, right? We just keep filling it. The dogs eat when they want to eat, and they never overeat. But when they both want to eat, like, Bochi will let Buster go and eat first, and he'll just sit back and watch and wait patiently.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, when you first told me that, then I started seeing it with my own eyes after you moved in here years ago, and I've been seeing it a lot. I'm like, Bochi really does care. He really
has manners.
He really protects his family, and Buster his family as well.
Yeah.
Even though they're from a different litter and, and all that.
Yeah. No, I mean, once you bring them into the family, they are just family. Period.
Right.
So, alrighty.
So, where do I think the GNA stands right now? So I'm at the point right now where I'm done with drama. I'm going to continue saying this. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to, react to this person I've sued in the future. It just all depends. I just don't see it worthy as of right now, but that can change. It all depends. It's just been the same old thing repetitively lately. And so, I'm just tired of it. But the point of the matter is that where the GNA stands right now, we're moving forward. We're into positivity. We want to know who is into positivity, who wants to be a better person, who wants to help us spread a positive message. And I know there are a lot of people out there that do, and they're slowly starting to come around. Some of them I've connected with behind the scenes, and they don't want their identity to be known publicly. I get that. People have accused me of doxing people. I haven't doxed any of these people. Years ago, I overreacted on some privately recorded calls that ended up being leaked, where, I said some things because people were coming at me, and I just wanted the harassment to stop. I've been getting harassed on the YouTube platform for years, but I was newer to it back then, and I didn't know how to handle it as well as I do nowadays. But regardless, okay, right now, we're in a 90-day to positivity, 90 days to positivity transition period. Not just for you folks, for us. We're here to lead by example. We're here to spread, happiness and positivity and, uplifting people and encouraging people, no matter who you are. Okay, no matter who you are, no matter how old you are, no matter how tall or short you are, no matter what your ethnicity, okay, no matter if you're, at a healthy weight level or not, if you're obese or you're slender or whatever, right? It doesn't matter, okay? Because positivity is the only thing that's going to help people turn things around, especially for people that are overweight or are struggling with other, hurdles and obstacles, to try to have a better, more positive, healthier, more productive, even, a more fulfilling life. And, that also, ties in with your income. Maybe you're not happy with your job. Maybe you're not making enough money. Maybe you're feeling that, you don't have qualifications to make beyond a certain amount of money. Let me tell you, the possibilities are endless nowadays. Endless. Especially with the internet where everyone is at. The possibilities are endless. And you are the only one that's selling yourself short.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Bottom line.
So you can turn that around. We can help you turn that around and encourage you and uplift you and share with you our resources and share with you what we've done to get to where we're at and to, and how we handle things to move things forward in a positive way.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything else you want to add to that, babe?
No.
Okay, we are at 40 minutes, 20 minutes till break time. Question number 3, and we've kind of talked about this before, but we'll do it again in a different way. Perception versus reality.
Okay.
That's huge. So, Dawn, do you think people, they just haven't stopped?
Hey. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Dawn, do you think people outside looking in are accurately reading the situation or misjudging it? That's a great question.
I think that there's a good split of people who are misjudging and actually doing the right judging. I think I think that depends on the person of what they want to see, what they want to hear. It's just, and if they perceive it to be true, then they're going to roll with that. If they don't believe it, they're going to leave it alone. And, half the time they're not going to believe the good things, but they'll 100% believe all the bad things they hear.
Yeah. Very well said. Very well said. I agree with everything.
I'm in it when I go for my break. I'm gonna take them out there with me.
Okay, yeah, they'll
and that will let them get a little energy.
Yeah. It's Buster. He's been harassing Bochi for the last 30 plus minutes, 45. Maybe.
Actually, it's been about an hour and a half. This started before
we started recording. Yeah. But perception versus reality, babe. I've talked a lot about this. Most people focus on surface level things, but the real shifts, they are happening underneath and how things are being positioned. A lot of people don't see what Don and I do here every day. A lot of people don't see or know about what the executive team is doing behind the scenes. What you're seeing is what's happening on YouTube primarily. The audio only network, that's audio only. I mean, the only way people on the audio or within the audio only network are going to get to know us is by, listening to the podcast and then going to our YouTube links that are in the description, our main YouTube link, and, subscribing to our channels. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to probably start doing on top of the YouTube, the current week's podcast being linked in the description section of the audio only version of the podcast, I'm probably going to add both direct links to both of our channels. And that will probably make it a little bit easier. I wanted to keep the description short, but I think it's important to do it that way. But again, what people are seeing out on the YouTube end of things, especially because of what's been going on with these other drama groups and the lawsuit that's going on with one creator, and how people in that group, along with many other creators in that group, have together smeared our name pretty much. Not only my name, Elias Dimitri Melis, and your name, Don Ledgerwood, but the GNA's name. They've tarnished it. Now, more and more people are starting to see the difference, primarily because, I filed this lawsuit 8 months ago, and we've had 3 hearings, and they've been more favorable to me than the defendant. But again, I want you folks to understand that what people are putting out there about us, I'm not saying everything they're saying isn't true. Some of the things they're saying are true or somewhat true. Most of what they're saying is made up. Mm-hmm. And it's up to you to see that for yourself, right? Mm-hmm. And that's why, I'm very raw and real, and Don is very raw and real. That's why we tackle things head on, because, we're just tired of people taking this out of context and, using our own content against us to make more money off of it, to grow more off of our own content, and then to basically be able to paint us to the majority of the public in ways where they believe them more than us.
Yeah, it's
right.
It'll be nice one day when, I don't know how I want to say this. So go on, because it will come up in the next question. I guarantee it.
It will be nice one day when we, I think what you're trying to say is when we outgrow this drama group, when we start to hit a cycle and we have more people actively participating with our positivity.
I know what I was going to say.
We're going to outgrow. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I want to get to a point where I don't have to so much worry about what I say for what other people will manipulate those words into being. I want us to freely be able to speak without somebody being like already going after it or manipulating whatever we say, Well,
they're going to do that regardless, babe. So just speak. Because here's the thing.
I'm just saying I'd like a day that would happen. That's what I would like.
You're saying it would be nice.
It would be nice.
If these people got their heads out of their asses. Stop performing and started to be better, more positive people. Go ahead.
I would be happy if maybe they got off of YouTube for a week and try to live real life without being on YouTube. It's a challenge, right?
Yeah, for a
challenge for any of you to take.
A lot of people in these groups, this is their therapy. This is their support group, their emotional support group. Well, it's
because it's the only way they can contact their friends, because nobody wants to share phone numbers because then they could be doxxed or whatever. And, it's like, so are they really your friends? Because I don't know. I could call up like 4 or 5 people right now and talk to them. Yeah. And they're absolute real people, Like, do you all have that? And if you don't, shut it down and like take at least a 2-day, break from
a detox. Right.
Get your head straight. That way you could really figure out, do I really want to be in this?
Well, get your head out of your ass.
Like, does it bring me down listening to this? And should I just stop, or should I just look for another community? It gives you time to really ponder.
Yeah, well, these people,
on your choices.
These people have been stuck in a rut for so long. Some of them almost a decade, some of them over a decade. It's a long time. It's what they're used to. And positivity upsets them. It angers them. It doesn't matter who's positive. They're just not into positivity.
No.
Anyone that's not into positivity is a miserable person.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we are the one about positivity. And
right.
So with them being miserable, they want to make us miserable. And everybody that's associated with us.
Right. And a lot of people have said over the years, why don't you just ignore the guy that you're suing now? Why don't you ignore this group and this and that? And the bottom line is that we have done that. It doesn't change anything.
Well, not even in this situation, you could say that about any situation in life. Mm-hmm. You got that bully at school. They say, oh, just ignore him. Just walk away. Well, sometimes the one that's bullying you needs to get their butts beat.
Right.
In order for that to get across, to be like, you all need to stop bullying.
Right. But again, the only reason why people like that can operate and continue to exploit, for an example, my name and likeness, is because people are still paying them to do it. And it's because also our audience is smaller than their audience. Yeah. Right? That's the thing. If we had a bigger audience, we are making more money. And I'm not saying that we're not a success. The GNA has successfully helped many people. But that's all happened behind the scenes through people we have met through YouTube and other aspects. Don has friends. I have friends. Don and I help people all the time. Mm-hmm. Right. And that's not being seen on YouTube. And what we would like to do is start to help more people that we can actually interview on our podcast or do a separate pre-recorded interview or do a live interview. And just so people know, when we do live streams, even by myself in the studio, but especially when we have guests on, there's a 1-minute delay between what is said and what goes out. And so if people try to porn bomb us or say something that can get us removed, we'll just dump the delay, kick you off, and leave off where we left off.
Right? Yeah.
Well,
we have to protect our channel.
Right.
That's what it has to come down to.
Right. But yeah, I mean, we want to basically be seen in the proper light. And it's been difficult because this drama group and few drama groups out here on YouTube for years have been painting us in the false light, which has worked for their content engine and their monetization strategy, right? But it's completely affected us from growing. So, we're focusing more on the perception of us being put out there better or being interpreted better, because reality is what we are. This is what we are. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. We're our reality, right? But perception is what people that don't know us see.
It's funny. They have that.
And we grow off of that or don't grow off of that. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. They have that saying, like you see yourself in your own light,
Yeah.
That's what really needs to happen, is when you can see brightly what you're putting out there to the world. And it's like almost looking in a mirror and seeing I don't know, maybe through a mirror or glass where you see what has happened based on your actions, so you can maybe change what you're planning on doing. I just wish, something like that could happen, to teach people this is going to be dangerous.
And that's why we're going to be doing this 90 days to positivity.
All right.
And yeah, I think even our buddy GLM is gonna like it too, because she's been a part of our positivity challenge in the past, and she still struggled with her positivity, but you know what? She's gotten better.
Oh, she's so good. She's doing very well.
Yes.
And I think that when she is not, it is deserved upon the other person.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that GLM she's a person that's a part of our community. Creator GLM, short for God Loves Me. Yeah, I'm not saying that she's wrong to call out the people she's calling out, but how you call someone out matters. First of all, you don't want to make false statements as fact. That's defamation. I'm not accusing her or anyone else of that, but that's one of my...
It could be said that it was, if somebody wanted to make a deal about it.
Correct. And I've sued someone. The person I've sued, one of the causes of action is defamation. And so, leading by example, if you're going to sue someone for that because they're doing it to you, then you or other people in your community shouldn't be doing that to other people. And that's the thing. That's the thing there. But, I've seen a big shift even in people that were struggling a lot more back in the days. And I'm not saying that we're all that. This is what Don and I do. This is what the GNA does at an executive level, including Sandra and TNODN, is that, we encourage people, and yeah, they might get upset first time or second time, but they come back and they're so much more calm, and they start to more so calm down and stop doing some of the, things that I consider to be more vile than not. They stop doing that as much.
Mm-hmm.
They've slowed down. Does it mean they've stopped? No. But they've significantly slowed down, and I think progress has been made, and that's a good thing. Always making progress. Progress really counts. Is what really
every
counts.
day you wake up is an opportunity to make progress.
Right. Now let's go to question 4 and 5 real quick, because we're at 54 minutes and it's almost break time. Pressure points is the 4th question. Don, what do you think are the biggest pressures right now shaping what happens next?
As far as us?
As far as the GNA, this is all about the GNA. And just so you know, pressure, babe, isn't always a bad thing.
Okay, say the question one more time.
What do you think are the biggest pressures right now shaping what happens next here at the GNA?
The pressures?
If you don't think we have any, then you can say that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we have pressures. Like, maybe I'm not understanding what you mean by pressures.
You know, when you feel pressure to get something done by a certain amount of time, you know.
Well, I'm going to say for me, I don't feel that pressure, but I know for you, you do have time restrictions and datelines and things that need to be submitted. So I don't feel as much pressure because I'm dealing more with actually what's on the phone or computer, phone, whatever. And I can handle that quickly without tackling or taxing him with that. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's how we work really good in the GNA together.
Right.
I allow him to take the time to do what he needs to do. In between, I'm checking and getting screenshots or whatever so that I could show him later. And so it's just a great way that we found as a couple and a business partners how to work and communicate.
Yeah. You know, another thing, pressure sometimes forces clarity and forces better decisions. I will tell you, for me, the majority of my best decisions I've made in life have come under pressure. Because what I've noticed, one of the things that pretty much almost everyone fears, even people that are very stable and calm, you know, people fear, you know, what was the word? I had it, they fear pulling the trigger.
Okay.
The figure of speech is they feel, they feel afraid to pull the trigger.
Yeah, I know.
They're scared to pull the trigger and take a chance, because everything in life involves risks, right? But
anything you do that's out of the norm is a risk. Right. Even going to a restaurant and ordering something that you don't usually order, that's a risk. You don't know if you're going to like it or not. You know, it could be a $30 plate.
It's interesting that, you know, I'll give an example. The circuit civil case with this guy I'm suing from YouTube, we had a major motion to dismiss / anti-SLAPP hearing. We had that, you know, earlier on this month, a couple of weeks back. And before that, you know, we literally had like at least 2 months to prepare for this. Like maybe almost like 3 months. I started preparing like a little over 2 months in advance.
I can't even tell you. It just feels like this has been going on every single day for the last 6 months.
That's because it has. And the thing is, that's why we're trying to change things up here with the 90 days to positivity and all that. But what I'm trying to say here is that I did start early, but you want to know when I was most productive was the last 2 weeks.
It happens.
Why? Because that's when you start to feel the pressure closing in on that major hearing date with the judge.
Isn't that what happens when like you're in school and I'm going to study for the final. I'm going to study, and then you're like 3 days away and you're like, oh my god, and you're pressuring and you're reading.
That's when people are most clear and
they're
focused.
Yes. I mean, think about medical people. Anybody who walks in the door, you have no idea. You're being under pressure 24/7. Life-saving decisions.
Right.
Can you imagine the pressure you're under all day, 12 hours a day?
Absolutely.
It's excruciating, let me tell you.
Absolutely. So, you know, honestly, as much as I would probably prefer to not be under pressure as much as I have been, I've been most productive under pressure. And I'm not only talking about efficiency, getting things done quicker, but also getting things done more accurately as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I've definitely seen that in you. I don't know if I'm as good as you am. I actually know I'm not.
No,
I think you handle it a lot better. I can do it, but I just feel that you handle things a little bit better than I do. And, it could just be I'm a woman and, I'm emotional.
No, it just means that I've been dealing with this much more than you. This has nothing to do with capability. You're more than capable.
Oh, yeah.
It's just that you haven't had to deal with it. When I first filed this civil case, I had to do a lot of research to try to learn how to figure out just to file the case, because there's no form. You have to create your own forms. You have to create a complaint. You have to file a summons to serve the person. You have to file a summons with the court. Then the clerk, issues a summons for you to serve the defendant, or if there are multiple defendants, you need multiple summons. There's a case designation management form that most courtrooms have you fill out initially. Case track management, or I forgot what it's called exactly. You're also looking at a civil cover sheet. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And when I first was doing this, I was nowhere nearly as efficient at creating legal forms, responding to things. I have learned a system after 8 months to be able to do it in 1 day or less. And I'm talking major filings that would normally have taken me at least 2 to 3 days, all day, every day. I've been getting them done quicker. That's not because I'm any better than you. I'm not. That's because I've had to do it and I figured out a
experience.
System. Well, it's experience.
Yeah.
If you were to do it, which this shit would drive you crazy. Look at her. I mean, look, you think I want to be sitting around all day responding to doing, filing court documents?
I don't respond to emails. I don't, half the time I don't respond to texts. Like I would not be efficient enough to do what he does. Maybe if I had to, and it was just me, that would be a whole different story. That's the point.
If you had to, do you think I want to do this? I have to. I don't have a choice. I'm not going to sit around and let someone continue to destroy my reputation to the point of where we can't function on the YouTube platform, the largest social media video platform in the world. A major market for our business. I was not going to sit around. So you think I want to sit around doing all this? No, but I did it because I don't want to just sit around and let this guy continue to violate us. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
And so when you're under pressure, you figure out how to get things done.
Under pressure.
You figure out how to get things done quicker, and you're more accurate because
under pressure.
You know your deadline, and you know if you don't reach that deadline, there's going to be a major consequence. And that's very motivational, it's very motivating for me. Final one before break, babe. We are at 1 hour and 3 minutes. The final question is number 5, strategic moves. Babe, Dawn, what do you think matters most right now in terms of what moves are made next?
Most important one is to follow through with the positivity. Wake up, start the positivity, and let the negative stay in the past. That's what you have to do. Every minute of every day, you're moving forward. So take advantage of those minutes. Do something you're proud of, just keep doing something. It motivates you. It gets you ready. And so, positivity and leaving the crap behind. That's what I have to say about that.
I was going to say, babe, so take these broken wings and learn to fly again.
Yeah.
Learn to live so free.
Yes.
Mr., right?
Yes.
Take
No.
these broken wings.
No, thank you.
I'm sorry. That was horrible.
You need some honey down your throat before you start singing.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, basically right now what we're doing is we're taking broken wings and learning to fly again. That's the bottom line. And babe, that's where discipline comes in. Because not every move needs to be made. Sometimes the smartest move is not reacting at all. And this is the thing. This guy that we don't want to talk about, at least for a while, or at least not as much or all the time, he's going to be watching this, and he's going to continue to say, oh, yeah, Eli's obsessed, the GNA sucks, and Eli sucks, and Don sucks, and this and that, and blah, 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 blah,
and
blah,
much
blah,
worse.
blah. Regardless of what he says or does or other people say or do, not reacting at all at some point is the right move. Will I say it's the right move all the time? I used to think that. I've stood corrected many months ago on some shows. There are times where you have to respond, especially if your reputation is being tarnished. Because if you don't respond and defend yourself and correct the record, then the person or people that are putting out these lies about you, that's going to be the perception. That's going to be what the public perceives. Like we were talking about, in number 3, perception versus reality.
Mm-hmm.
For the YouTube audience, for example, it's more about perception because they don't know the reality. A lot of people think that YouTube is all entertainment. A lot of people think that everything is scripted out here. We're not. We're one of the few. We're not scripted. We're raw and real. We're here to be raw and real. We've always been raw and real. I've always been raw and real, and so have you.
Yeah.
Right? But new people coming across us aren't going to know that, so they're going to be relying on the perception of us, at least initially, until they give us a chance to get to know us. And even if they get to that point, if our reputation is not tarnished by other people, and then these people's perception of us is tainted in a false way, and then they never come around to support us, right? And that's one of the reasons why we're in court, because this guy's been very good at, ruining our reputation and keeping people from wanting to work with us. But yeah, I mean, right now we're in a strategic place here at the GNA where I'm not saying that it's always going to be this way 100% of the time. Every now and then, if something major happens, even regarding my case, I may choose to talk about it. It all depends. Maybe I won't. Quite frankly, I'm really just I'm not. It's not even that I'm bored. I'm mentally and emotionally exhausted by this situation.
I feel that really it's because, I feel lately it's because you will do your show and then you'll come home and do a show with ODN and you guys will be you'll be talking about that on your show. Then you guys come home for another 2 hours and talk about it. I think that's where it's getting mentally exhausting.
But what you're not taking into consideration, which when I tell you, you'll remember, throughout the day, I'm working on court filings for 8 hours.
Yeah.
I'm there focused. So the ODN show, while it's 3 hours, it was 3 hours the other day. Yes, that took a lot out. But before that, I was working on a filing, waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning, making coffee, and at 5, working on a filing until 1 or 2 in the afternoon, or filing or 2, and then going 3 hours with ODN. Now we're looking at 8, 9, 10, 11 hours. And then I'm like, okay, I'm not going to walk today because I'm tapped out, right?
Yeah.
So, it's that's another main reason for this strategic move. It's like I want not only for myself but for you and for others that are supporting us to be able to reclaim some of your mental and emotional bandwidth away from this. Because let me tell you, this stuff on YouTube, the drama stuff, it can suck away literally more than half, if not 3/4 of your daily bandwidth. That's a lot, right? And if you have a lot of things going on, your total bandwidth is just going to collapse.
Yeah, because if you have that much bandwidth going on, then how much do you have left for your family or your friends or
for yourself?
Just
to
to go sit in the bath for an hour, right?
just to self-reflect every now and then. I do that. I self-reflect quite often. Lately, I've been doing it every day. But anyway, anything else you want to add, babe?
No.
Okay, 1 hour and 10 minutes. Let me turn off the camera. Camera's off. Dawn's going to step away and take her break. We are at 1 hour and 10 minutes. Oh, I got to tell you, 57 episodes. Fantastic. Absolutely happy with that. Even though we haven't had our breakthrough yet, we're slowly but surely growing every week on YouTube and throughout the entire audio-only podcast network. So with that being said, if you're listening to us on the audio-only podcast network, such as Apple, Spotify, Amazon's Music, my lady's favorite, iHeartRadio, Amazon's Audible. Amazon has music and Audible pumping out podcasts. We're also on YouTube's Music, where on YouTube Music, you can listen to us audio only, or you can even watch the video to our podcast through YouTube Music, because obviously YouTube Music is owned by YouTube, owned by Google. It's the same company. So you can actually watch the video on YouTube Music as well. And there are many other audio-only podcast networks that aren't as well known. You can watch us there. Do a Google search for the Don Nealike Take on the World podcast, and then you'll find us there. We recommend iHeartRadio. It's my lady's favorite. That's whenever I check to see if the podcast is rolling properly on the audio-only end of things. It's through iHeartRadio. So if you're listening to us audio only and you'd like to view the video version of our podcast, which is basically the same thing you're seeing, on YouTube, minus, it's the same thing you're hearing audio only plus video. We actually ripped the audio from the video. There we go. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. Go below the description section about halfway down. You'll see a link that'll redirect you back to our main channel, GNA Genuine Personal Development. Subscribe, bang the bell, and select the notifications so you don't miss anything. Then while you're there, go below the description section about a couple lines down, and you will see the link to our secondary channel, our live streaming channel, GNA2 Genuine Live Personal Development, where we go live pretty regularly. Lately, it's only been 2 or 3 times a week. Usually, we go live 4 to 7 times a week. We've got a lot of court stuff to deal with lately and other things, so it's been less, but it's going to start to slow down a bit, and we're going to have more content for you there. So make sure you subscribe to GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development. Subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications so you don't miss anything. I typically do Walking with Purpose streams, if not every day, almost every day there. Sometimes I go live from the studio, which is a similar setup as what you're seeing, regarding our podcast on the YouTube end of things. It's just live instead of pre-recorded. Sometimes Dawn joins me on my walks on the stream. Sometimes Dawn joins me in the studio. Sometimes it's just me. Sometimes we have guests. You never know what you're going to get, but it's all good. It's all geared towards positivity. So, that being said, it looks like Dawn is back. She's getting her headset on. Are you ready to go on camera?
Yeah.
Okay. And we're right back in sync. It's great when open broadcast software, OBS, works perfectly.
Oh, that's nice.
Anyway, how was your break?
Oh, it was good.
Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We are at 1 hour and 14 minutes. Okay, 5 more questions to go. Let's continue. Number 6, babe. Dawn, discipline versus reaction. Dawn, do you think it is easy for people to fall into reacting instead of staying disciplined?
Oh, yeah, it's very easy to react.
That was a very easy question for you to answer.
Very easy question.
I know it's your favorite.
Everybody reacts over everything. I could literally say anything and they'll get a reaction before actually reading it and analyzing it. People react quickly, especially if they see something written about them or said about them in any kind of bad light. People are going to immediately react. Like you're walking down the street and some woman says, "Hey, you bitch," you're going to react. You're going to be like, "What the fuck, bitch?" That's an immediate reaction. But if you actually want to be positive and you don't want to react and cause a problem or a confrontation, the best thing to do is just say, "Okay, I'm a bitch." Walk away.
That's the hardest thing to do, baby.
It is the hardest thing to do.
When I first started doing the YouTube thing semi full time, now it's become more of a full time thing. It was not easy walking away.
No.
I would react to everything. I'd get very triggered. I'd feel the need to go on these live stream panels. And I'll tell you this, I talked some mad shit. It wasn't because I wanted to harm anyone. It was because I allowed these drama shit show content creators to trigger me. Because I didn't realize what they were doing back then. I didn't realize they're performing. But even if they're performing, if somebody defames you as part of their performance, that still affects you reputationally.
Yes.
Right?
I was going to say when I first started, I reacted a lot to what was being said about me or said about my family. And it was a very, very hard thing. And it took me a very long time to realize that.
Same here.
Straight. I don't give a fuck at all what they say. I know now who I am. And who I am now is not who I was.
Right.
My past does not define me. My future is full of endless possibilities.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. I mean, you were struggling to find yourself, like many of these people within these drama groups on YouTube are struggling to find themselves. And you found yourself and you got the right help. And you turned your life around. And you are truly an inspiration. I keep saying that. And I honestly mean that.
I just had to start listening to the people that truly cared about me in my life. And, they are not saying those things about me. So I shouldn't care what these strangers are saying. They're absolute strangers.
Right.
And if you want to stand back and judge somebody, well, I'm sorry. People that live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, right?
Well, it's all good. Yes, you're right about that. But yeah, this one hits me hard because I have reacted a lot. I have fallen into the trap, but I didn't know what the trap was. You have to learn what the trap is. On YouTube and on social media, there are people out there that are intentionally trying to trigger you because that's what supercharges, their audience when the creator talks about, someone that audience loves it when they're triggered.
Well, or they'll do the opposite and they'll love bomb you and try to gain your trust and then screw you in your back.
Right. A lot of these groups, what they'll do is they'll love bomb you. These creators will love bomb you and gain your trust, then ask you for something private. Then you give it to them. And then when you try to leave down the road, they blackmail you to keep you around or to not stand up for yourself. You got to be real careful. There are some really shisty people on YouTube.
It's scary.
It's just it's not scary for me anymore, but for anyone that doesn't understand what's really going on, it can be scary. Once you figure it out, you know how to ignore it. You know how to, if you're going to react to it, you know how to react to it properly. You know how to not get triggered. Even though a lot of these people, I haven't been triggered in years, but when I respond to something they do stupidly, they're still saying, "Oh, Eli's getting triggered." No, just calling out your stupidity and moving on, and that's it. And I don't even feel the need to do that anymore. I really don't. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, like I've been saying during this show, but I really want us to make an effort to really just not focus on this drama as much. And yeah, I mean, it is very easy to get caught up in the reaction cycle. But you're in control, and you can stop your part of the reaction anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, babe, you want to add regarding that?
No.
Number 7 is on momentum. We are at 1 hour and 20 minutes. Number 7. Dawn, do you feel like this is a momentum phase or more of a positioning phase right now?
Right now, we're in more of a positioning. We're positioning ourselves in a better direction is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why do you say that?
Because we're starting positivity. We're ending the drama today, and we're moving forward in a positive way. So
what you're saying is that we're trying to get to a momentum phase by changing the narrative.
Yes.
We're intentionally trying to change the narrative. And I just thought of one of the most amazing words regarding personal development is doing something intentionally, but doing the right things intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're going to intentionally harm someone just to try to, make a few bucks on YouTube, by defaming them or, insulting them and stuff like that. I mean, that's a whole different thing there. But right now, with this 90 days, to positivity, this is what's going to start the momentum phase, not phrase, phase, not phrase, momentum phase, phase.
We get it.
All right. And we have put ourselves in that position. We are in a positioning phase right now, and we're about to start the momentum phase.
Mm-hmm.
And we need your help and support for that. It's not going to cost you anything. Just support our content on YouTube. Show up when you can. Get in the live chat and ask your questions. And, just share your thoughts about whatever you want to talk about. We want you to feel comfortable and safe in our environment, despite what anyone else may have said about things I may have said or done in the past. I've never harmed anyone in my entire life. I've overreacted. I've tried to stop people that have been harassing me for years, but I've never, ever, ever harmed someone intentionally or otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
I've overreacted and said some things that may have sounded harmful if I actually played those things out in real life, but I never did.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you something. Even what courts care about is not typically what you say, it's what you do. Now, they do care about what you say when it comes to defamation, but when it comes to saying, okay, I'm going to go harm this person for example purposes, okay, was there ever any harm done, or was that person just venting out of frustration?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's the thing. So anything else you want to add regarding momentum, my love?
No. That was great.
1 hour and 24 minutes. Number 8, babe. This is important. Audience role. Dawn, how much do you think the audience influences what happens next, whether people realize it or not?
Oh, they realize it. How the audience reacts in it, you'll see it in your numbers, you'll see it in your donations. And that's going to be motivation. That's why they're going to continue to do it. So you see that You know, and that's the problem. That's a huge problem because the more drama and lies you put out there, the larger your numbers are going to be and the more donations you're going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have to face it and tell the truth or provide receipts, they get very quiet. Mm-hmm. Very, very quiet. And except for one exclusive thing right now, but we're not going to talk about that. But what was the second part of that question?
Well, how much do you think the audience influences what happens next, whether people realize it or not? I think pretty much.
Yeah, I think I got it. So yeah. Alrighty, your thoughts?
Yeah, well said, babe. I think the audience is the biggest influence.
You want to give the audience what they want.
The audience, without the audience,
there'd be no show.
There's no show.
Just like on TV.
There's no money to make, no commercials to sell, no donations, none of that. The audience is what influences everything. And that's why I've been saying to people out here that the audience has the biggest responsibility, because who you're supporting, it does matter. If you're supporting someone that's evil and doing bad things and harming people, what are you really getting out of it? And what is that doing to the creator economy? What is that doing, in this world where we already have a ton of hate and violence and stuff like that?
Yeah.
You're only contributing to those factors, right?
Yeah.
The audience has the opportunity to shape this online world that we pretty much live in nowadays, shape it into a more positive and better place. It's up to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to them. Now, when I'm in the audience, because I'm not always a creator, I'm a creator first, because I am a creator, so are you, were creators, but we're also audience members, and wherever we're audience members at, we always show up positively, and we try to keep it as positive as possible. And when I go on other people's shows, like ODN's or other people's shows, when they try to bring up some negativity or try to ask me a question and they're insulting someone and they're asking for my opinion, I'll say, hey, look, I don't have an opinion on that, or
I'm not here to talk about that.
Or I'll share my thoughts, but I'm not going to share my thoughts with insults. I'm going to talk about the observable behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a psychiatrist, and I've never claimed I've been a psychiatrist. I'm not here to diagnose people, but as a human being, I can certainly witness observable behavior and share with people what my opinions are regarding why I feel people are behaving that way.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I'm trying to diagnose someone. I'm just saying this is what I see, and it's not normal.
And I think we all do that to a certain,
They call it psychoanalysis, right?
Yeah.
Psychoanalyzing, right?
You watch all these documentaries and shows, like Hoarders and...
Everyone is profiling everyone, right, babe?
Oh, yeah. All the time. Like, how much judgment do you immediately have when you watch a show like Hoarders or Intervention or, My 600-Pound Sister? You automatically have this idea that's not good. So, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah. And the thing is, the key is, what you want to do is to try to not let the audience dictate the direction. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That means being good leaders. That means if you're running a positive YouTube channel or YouTube channels like we do, we don't want negative people in there. That's why we ban a lot of people. I've banned so many people because we don't want negativity in our chat. It's not that we're trying to silence people. We don't want negativity. If you're going to come and be negative, that's not what we're here for.
Yeah.
Right? So you're going to be removed so we can keep the the place safe for everyone else. The bottom line is there are way more negative people on YouTube and in this world than positive.
Yeah.
So we have a big market to work with to try to help people. It's just trying to get enough positive people on our side so we can start to grow and then overcome some of these drama channels by growing past them. It's going to help grow our influence and help us grow algorithmically through YouTube. And then once we reach that, at that point, we're going to reach more people and start helping more and more people. Because what the GNA is here to do is make this world a better place, make it a safer place, make it a more productive place. And that starts with you. It starts with each and every one of you. It starts with you figuring out what your purpose is. Are you living your purpose? And if you're not, why aren't you living your purpose? Do you even know what your purpose is? I believe most people, at least similar to the defendant in my circuit civil case, most people like him are lost. They have no idea what their purpose is. So they're doing stupid things on YouTube to make money because nothing else is working for them, or they don't want to have to work hard to make that money in a different, more reasonable way.
I think a lot of these people choose to do this because they have social anxiety or they have a problem interacting with people. Low self-esteem, yep. And they don't get along with people. And like, because they're feeling so insecure, and they might say something that's really going to piss off somebody else. So these people are not leaving their house because they are in control.
They're socially awkward is what you're saying.
Yes. Yeah. If they were not socially awkward, they would not be doing this.
No, socially awkward people that are not socially awkward are not gonna. They're not the people that typically create drama content, and they go at people on YouTube. A lot of them try to say, "Oh, I'm a reaction channel." No, you guys are drama channels. You guys are reaction channels are channels that will respond to what another creator says. And even if they say something negative, they're not there to attack or defame the creator. These drama channels, they hit low. Like, they make up so many things about people that aren't true. And once they get the audience, they have to continue amping up, making things up about somebody, painting them as a criminal or otherwise to keep that audience around. It becomes a vicious cycle. Mm-hmm. And if you don't keep feeding it something new that's fake and believable, that audience will go away.
Yes.
And so, that's that. So, you gotta do your best to not let the audience dictate the direction. When you're doing what we're doing here, we're here to be leaders. We're here to help people get ahead. The direction is always going to be created by the founder, the visionary, which is myself in the case of the GNA, and the executive team like Don and other people. Now, we're open to other people's opinions and stuff like that, but it also depends on how you approach us. If you approach us forcefully, then we're going to ignore you or block you if it's on YouTube, right? If you approach us in a cool, calm, and collected, reasonable way without, hating upon us or trolling us or insulting us, okay, the sky's the limit. That's that. Anything else, babe?
No.
Number 9. Misconceptions. We are at 1 hour and 34 minutes. Just a couple more to go. Dom, what do you think people are getting completely wrong right now about where things are headed? Like with the GNA, what do you think people are getting completely wrong about the GNA?
I think that they are seeing the GNA not in the broad spectrum that we do. I think that they're seeing the right now and the yesterday. And
they're seeing more of what the haters are saying about us than actual positive people.
Yes,
Right.
yes, that's what I was getting at. Good job.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, that's it. I mean, read it one more time. So let me see if I have anything else.
What do you think people are getting completely wrong right now about where things are headed, specifically within the GNA?
Yeah, like I said, they're getting the wrong idea about what the GNA,
because we're being painted in a negative light. We're
in a
being
negative
defamed.
light. Yes, they are saying things that we don't know what we're talking about.
There's an ongoing smear campaign on us by not just this one creator; it's everyone in this group that's amplifying that message.
Yeah,
and it's been stuck in this loop. We've been stuck in this loop, which is why we're suing in court, because we just want this behavior to stop. We're not trying to gag anyone's speech or anything. We're just trying to get the behavior to stop that we know is affecting people from, reaching us and seeing us in the light of who we actually are, and not who this guy and other people in this group have painted us to be. Go ahead.
I think it's just funny that, they will classify us into a certain section, and then that's all they'll do. They don't ever move forward. So, for instance, I came out with, some of the struggles that I've had with alcohol. And then I've shared my recovery. I've shared all of the recovery I've had since the day I stopped. And still, these people are insisting that I'm drunk all the time. And I'm like, you know what? Okay. I am, honey. I am drunk on life.
Yeah. Good point. You know what? 2, 3, 4. You know what? I think they know that you don't drink like you used to anymore, and you don't get drunk or anything like that. But, that's who they painted you to be years ago, and that's who their audience wants you to be. The guy I'm suing, he knows.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that you've cleaned up your act. He knows that I'm no longer easily triggered.
Mm-hmm.
He knows, but he still is going to do what it takes to keep that audience around, which is perform.
Yeah.
And listen, if he wants to perform, no problem. But if he performs and starts to violate me civilly, that's where the court's going to hold him accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no one's trying to gag anyone's speech or stop anyone's speech. We're talking about reputational harm, false statements as fact, painting someone as dangerous, accusing them of sexual misconduct publicly, and a whole lot more, accusing me of embezzlement, all that stuff. People that don't know us, or he has a more active audience than we do. And when he uses our content, he gets more traction up our own content than we do. So he can basically spin the narrative about us any way he wants.
And it's funny.
We're not saying it's right, but that's what he does.
It's funny how a brand new person can come over to the community, and within one show, that person hates us for whatever reason, but they're already convinced that Eli and Don are horrible people. So we almost feel like we have no chance in the water right now. So this is why we are changing our path. We're changing the direction we're going in the future. We're changing it more into a positive path, that's, leaving all that negative drama behind.
Absolutely.
10?
Absolutely. We're at 1 hour and 38 minutes. We have one more question and possibly another optional one. This is the power question, babe. Question number 10. Question number 10 is always the power question. Don, what do you think separates someone who handles this kind of moment the right way from someone who completely loses control of it?
I think it shows the maturity level of somebody who can handle things appropriately. I think something like that shows that the person is not sucked into the drama, it doesn't control their lives or how they feel.
Right.
They feel more in control. about what's going on. And if you go into these groups and you're absolutely in control of who you are and what kind of person you want to be, you're going to wind up leaving that group, because you're going to see that YouTuber, that content creator is trying to manipulate you into feeling the negative thoughts and to go against the positivity.
They're trying to get something else out of it, which typically is money.
Well, yeah.
They want donations. They want the attention. They want the views, the money, all of that. Go ahead.
So basically, it's like you have the angel and you have the devil on your shoulders.
Right.
And you have to keep knocking that devil down and let the angels spread their wings and bring in that positivity, that light into your life. You just got to flick the devil off. Flick. You know? That's all you got to do is say, I don't need you. Bye-bye.
I agree. Very well said, babe.
Snuff the devil out.
Absolutely. You know, babe, it comes down to discipline.
Yes.
Awareness and control. Because in the immediate future, small decisions create big outcomes.
And that's why I say, listen to the angel on your shoulder.
Right. And this is a moment.
Although I think that there are some people out there that have two devils, one on each shoulder.
Yeah. It all depends on how bad they are, right?
I mean, it's the truth.
I'm not questioning you. You're right. You're absolutely right. But this is the moment that I've been waiting for. This is a moment of extreme clarity for me as the president and founder and owner of the GNA. I'm seeing clarity in a way that I haven't seen in a very long time. Because I've been trying to get my vision going out here on the YouTube end of things. Now, this podcast has been around a little over a year now for the people in the podcast land, but I've been creating on YouTube, let's just say full time. It's been pretty much full time for the last 8+ years, nearing 9 years. And, when you get to the point right now where you've been dealing with lots of negativity on the platform by the same group of people, by the same person mainly, that's been commercially exploiting you, that's been violating your copyright massively, that's been defaming your character, that has worked through third parties acting in concert to keep it going, right? And it's been a smear campaign. It's been insanity that just doesn't stop because this one person just doesn't stop, right? In this moment, is where I've seen clarity to the point of where I just want to move the organization forward. I don't even feel the need to focus any more energy on him and his people and other drama stuff. Now, again, is that going to happen? Probably not, because, things are going to come up that are worthy of being talked about. Or if I'm accused of something that I didn't do or something that
you didn't say or
was said and misrepresented, I'm going to correct the record. Am I going to drop everything that moment to do it? No, I've decided I'm going to be taking more of a controlled approach, more of an approach where, hey, do I need to do this live right now, or can I do it tomorrow or the next day on a walk? How is it affecting my relationship? How is it affecting other aspects of my life? How's it affecting my health, my stress? All of that comes into play. And so at this point right now, I'm seeing more clarity than ever before, or at least in a very long time. And in the YouTube situation, in the podcast and content creation aspect, I'm seeing more clarity than ever. Other stuff that I've dealt with in my life outside of this, I've seen clarity, but even then it's been a while because I've been so consumed with this. But go ahead.
I was to say, I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
That's right. It's going to be a bright,
sunshiny day.
That's right. That's right. All right. Let's do the final question here. We have time for it. 1 hour and 44. It just turned to 1 hour and 45 minutes. Great show, babe. Great show. So, Dawn, do you think some people focus too much on what's happening right now and miss what's actually being set up for later? That's a great follow-up question.
I don't think people are getting set up. Like, I think we are getting set up for the future, but I think a lot of these people are living literally in the present and in the past. They want it done daily still, and they live on, it's like a craving. It's like your stomach is growling, and then once you get it, you're satisfied, and that I don't even know where I was going with that, but yes.
No, I get it, babe. And I feel so many people focus on the now and they miss what we're actually setting up for the future.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Now, let me be fair here. I'm not trying to be critical to women, but men and women, we process our emotions differently. At least normal men do. There are some men that process their emotions like women, and they need help. We can help you regarding that, but most men in that position don't want help from people like us because they think there's nothing wrong with them. And until you realize there's something wrong, no one's going to be able to help you, not even yourself. But, women respond to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment. Your natural biology and the way the good Lord made you is to focus on the right now. And that's why it was a struggle initially for us to communicate about the future of the business, because your natural biology is like, what's happening now? I don't care about the future. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong, please.
No, you're not wrong.
But you realized that few months back, you realized it, and you're like, I need to think about the future.
Mm-hmm.
I need to start to understand what's affecting the GNA from moving forward. And then we need to, cut that off and implicate something that we can, try and run for like 90 days. Like this campaign we're going to do starting immediately is the 90 days to positivity. 90 days to positivity. And here's the thing. I don't care if we only have 2 people there. I don't care if somebody rebroadcasts us. We'll handle that behind the scenes. I don't want to focus on this. I don't want to focus on any of this negativity anymore. If I do, and here's the thing. If I do respond regarding the court case or other people that are in drama groups, I'm just going to respond to it again from a standpoint of correcting the record. I don't need to insult someone. I don't need to ridicule them or anything. But I can correct the record in a proper and professional way. And that's going to be, my goal from this point on. It's like, have I gone on to other people's panels like ODNs and insulted people like the defendant and all that, and the defendant in our circuit civil case, my circuit civil case, and other people? Yeah. I don't even feel the need to do that anymore. I don't like insulting people. I don't. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say you're very good, because people too do try to egg you on, try to get you to say something.
Even though ODN doesn't, we love ODN.
Oh yeah,
ODN,
I'm not
GLM.
saying the other people. I'm saying our own people try to get you to like really share your feelings, as they say.
And here's the thing. I'm not saying that what they're saying isn't funny or isn't true. the bottom line is, it's like, I'm 52 years old, and these people are in their 40s or 50s as well. And I get it, it's YouTube as well, and most of these people are not running their YouTube channels as a business. They're drama channels. And that's part of the thing. Part of the thing, even the people that we care for are running drama channels. Now, ODN's not a drama channel, but GLM is. GLM is all drama all day, every day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, and that's.
And sometimes I listen, I go there daily, and then, I could kind of feel, okay, is this going to be something I don't even know about? So if I don't know what you're talking about, I don't want to get sucked into that drama. I turn it off. I only listen when it's relevant to what I want to know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, I feel real good about the future. And what we want to know, to the people out there that have been afraid to speak up, okay, please, now's the time to come out. We can use your support. Please comment in this video in the comment section. Please come to our live streams on the secondary channel, GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development, if you're listening to us or watching us on YouTube. And if you're on the podcast through the audio only network, go below in the description and look to see how to connect with us. You want to click that link to, the video version of that particular audio only version of the podcast. Depending on which episode you're on, you could be on the current weeks or the previous week. That'll redirect you back to our main channel. Subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications. Make sure you go below in the description and find the link to our live streaming channel and subscribe there as well and connect with us. Any other final thoughts, babe?
No, just a great show again. I want to thank everybody who's watching or listening out there. And just remind you all that if you like our content, donations and tips are welcomed. They're not necessary. And we just hope that you continue watching and enjoying our content.
That's right. We're good. All right. Okay. So, I'll tell you, babe, I think what this really comes down to is understanding the moment you're in. Because the immediate future, it is not about reacting. It is about positioning. A lot of people chase what's loud, what's visible, what feels like movement. But real movement, it is controlled, it is intentional, and it is built over time. Because over the next 30, 60, or 90 days, you're going to see who actually understands what they're doing and who doesn't. And the truth is, not everything needs a reaction. Not everything needs a response. Sometimes the strongest position is staying in control.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're watching or listening right now, just remember, the immediate future is where direction gets decided. And once that direction is set, everything after that becomes a lot harder to change. Please join us on the 90-day challenge, 90 days to positivity. Okay? Please join us on that. Connect with us on YouTube if you're on the audio-only podcast. And if you're watching us on the main channel here, GNA, Genuine Personal Development, make sure you go to GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development. Links below in the description section of the main channel, any video within the main channel. And let's all start making a difference together. Okay?
I was going to say quickly, anybody who wants to in our chats, go ahead and let us know something positive you did that day.
Right.
We could focus on that. And that's what we want to do, is focus individually on the positive steps that y'all are taking. And we want to make that person feel like, wow, I did something. I don't want to just say every day, okay, good job. I want to make one person say or feel like, oh, wow, they noticed I made this positive change in my life. I'm going to do some more. you know?
Right.
Alrighty, that's all I had to say.
No, you are absolutely right. Yeah. So with that being said, baby, it is time to start wrapping this up. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Did I just screw up? You know what?
Let's do this again.
Button. Let's try that one more time. It is time to start wrapping this up.
There we go.
All right. All right. You're listening to the Don and Eli Take on the World podcast. This has been the episode number 57, and the title, once again, was The Immediate Future of the GNA. One more time, episode number 57 of the Don and Eli Take on the World podcast is titled, The Immediate Future of the GNA. Now, one more time, in case you missed the many times we shared with you how to connect with us further. Okay? If you would like to connect with us further and you're listening to us throughout the audio-only podcast network such as Apple, Spotify, Amazon's Music, your very favorite,
iHeartRadio. One more time. iHeartRadio.
She knows it's 3 times. I could change that, but I'm not going to. Third time's the charm, right?
Yes,
we're also,
always.
Yeah, we're also on Amazon's Audible. We're on YouTube's Music, audio and video on YouTube's Music app as well. You can watch us on the YouTube app as well, regularly on the main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. We'll get to that, but we're also on many of the unknown and not as popular audio-only podcast networks. Just do a Google search for the Don and Eli Take on the World podcast, and you'll find us everywhere. But if you want to watch the video version of our podcast, go in the description of wherever you're listening to this audio only. Click the links about halfway down. That'll redirect you to our main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. Make sure you subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications so you don't miss anything. Then go below that description, and a couple lights down, you'll see the link to GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development. You can subscribe, bang the bell, and select the notifications there so you don't miss anything, and that's the best way to keep in touch. With that being said, time to go, babe. Have a good one. Take care, and as always, be good to each other.